Hey guys, I'm online, I'm on the air, bringing you guys another art tutorial, because I strongly believe that education should be free. Some places, but not here in corporate America. Now in this tutorial, what I wanted to discuss, still on the subject of composition, probably guessed that by now, but what I wanted to discuss was focal point. Focal point. Yay! Okay. So let's say you have an image with a single element, kind of like this. That's your focal point. What's going to happen is the user's eyes. What's going to happen is the user's eyes are going to travel across the document from whichever direction, and they will zero in on that focal point from any direction the eyes are coming from, like a heat-sinking missile of ultimate doom. It doesn't have to be a dot. It could be anything. It could be a line. It could be a box. It could be a house. As long as it's like one thing that's like standing out from everything else that's around it, that thing will become the focal point. The element that contrasts everything else in your document becomes your focal point. It could be a scribble, man. Heck, man, like the entire page could be like just there it is. So huge. The entire page could be like a giant scribble. Right? And you could have like one tiny dot here. And that tiny dot would become your focal point. It could be anything. Anything that's like contrasts everything else in your screen is your focal point. Okay. So, gonna get rid of all this stuff here. Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say, because I like Star Wars, I like Jedi, and like lately I was like playing KOTOR. Well, not like the original KOTOR, but like the online game, the Old Republic. It's really awesome. Like, it's spectacular. It's a great game. Just love that game. And I forgot where I was going with this. Well, anyways, focal point. Yeah, it could be a Jedi with a crowd of like Sith warriors in the back here. It could be a Jedi. That Jedi could become your focal point. Now, in terms of manipulating eye direction, like different elements in the composition can interact with each other in a variety of ways. Yeah, I'm changing subjects here. I'm no longer talking about focal point. I'm talking about manipulating eye direction. Manipulating eye direction. Right, it's a new subject. Well, yeah, what was I saying before? Different elements can affect your scene in different ways. Different elements in a composition can interact with each other in a variety of ways. They can have a variety of shapes that imply lines going in any direction through the image. So if we have a composition like this, right? Generally speaking, when a person looks at a picture, generally speaking, what happens is the eye direction will enter in from the bottom left or the bottom right. That's usually what happens for some weird reason. I don't know why. It's like nature or something. And it'll usually travel around the image and hit like focal points or things that can be interpreted as guiding edges, kind of like guiding edges, and they're like tracks. Your eyes just kind of like go along it. So like it sees like your eye will like hit this floor thing here, and it'll go across here and hit this guy, your other focal point, your biggest focal point, your Jedi, and then it'll come back down and go this way. And that's not even inside the recording area, is it? It'll come back down, it'll come out this way, or maybe it'll come up and go up that way, and so on and so forth. It's because of this thing. This thing here, this line here, is telling your eyes to travel across here. Things like that guide your eyes and send your eye direction in different ways. It's a thing. It's a thing that manipulates eye direction. It's one of those elements. So you gotta be like consciously aware of that when you're like sticking in the elements inside your image. What do you want the eyes to do? Where do you want the eyes to go? How do you want the eyes to travel around your page? And use elements like that to manipulate the eye direction, like straight edges, like that, and focal points, like my Jedi character here, standing in the middle of a bunch of Sith Lords, contrasting everything. Contrasting everything. Okay, that's all for now. That's all for manipulating eye direction and composition and whatnot. Next time I'm going to talk about space divisions. So until then, until next time, keep drawing and have fun. Stay safe.